We are. Are we looking audio levels? Yeah, we're cool. In you come, Mr. Mike. Mr. Mike. This thing feels very invasive.
It was very invasive.
I'm just gonna move it. I'm gonna adjust it.
Who does a grid wall?
I have to get more pieces ordered because we have that different type of grid wall, but
Oh, right. You wanted to do the different one for here.
yeah, not the standard grid wall.
No.
So we're waiting for that to come in. I was gonna get the grid wall we currently have so that I can just set it there. So then when I do inevitably get the "Where's the gun wall" comment,
I was
we're good.
preempting that.
Yeah. Ahoy,
Ahoy!
Captain. Welcome to the live. How are you guys? How are you guys? Everyone who is joining us for our
What are you eating?
what?
What are you all eating? You always ask us, what are you eating?
What are we eating?
Oh, I have paninis.
I know you had paninis.
They had a water line break.
Yeah.
Going down.
Yes, they did.
The one road, and I was like, oh, cool. So I have to go the entire way around. Cool.
Where's Tom's pants?
I don't wear them to work anymore. I'm not required to, so I don't. Much more freeing that way.
I guess Tom doesn't wear pants.
I don't wear pants.
There we go. That's good. Look at that. Tom no longer wears pants. That's the newest thing going on. But if you guys are new here to the Lunchtime Live, this is a place where you guys can ask your airsoft questions, your non-airsoft questions, anything that's going on, and we are happy to answer it and give you guys our most honest opinion and best information humanly possible. So do that.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here for.
We're here for it. We're here for all of it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Tom and Wes. Every week, baby. Every week.
Every week.
If there's one thing we are consistent about in this company,
is this live?
is this one live. That's our greatest consistency. In all seriousness. Well, hello there.
Why, hello.
All right. I ordered a Polar Star Jack plus some other things with a gift card, and I got an email saying the order was found as fraudulent order and asked for proof of ID, address, but they refunded me.
So a lot of that is automated. So when orders come in and some certain things trigger in the system, depending on what part of the world you're from, what part of the country you're in, all these other stuff. Sometimes the automated system that checks the carts and stuff will just go, that's fraud, and like stop it from happening. And that way you do, if it is not fraudulent, you'll get a refund. And if it's not fraudulent, just reach out to us and go, hey, and obviously reaching out, hey, this isn't fraudulent, what's going on here? And we'll get it figured out for you. Sorry that happened, but sometimes our automated system does handle that. Just email in about it, and then the guys will manually take care of it for you. Just sometimes that happens just to keep actual fraudulent activity down.
Oh, there you go. Are the amped regulator rebuild kits coming back into stock soon? I have one that won't pressurize past 80 psi. Womp. Womp. So we're currently kind of struggling to find standard SLPs, and that does play a part into why we don't have the rebuild kit. So we're still on the fence about when we're getting the normal ones back in. So hopefully soon, but it's kind of to be determined. If you know what part is wrong with your regulator, you could always shoot us an email. We might just have it lying around. We can send it out to you. So I would start there.
Yeah, because it should definitely be going to the baby.
Well, yeah.
It should definitely.
Do you know of any brushless motors for the ASG Scorpion?
Oh, there is one. So the ASG Scorpion, I'm remembering when I upgraded mine 3 years ago. I think it's a regular version 2 motor, so you can use whatever long shaft motor it is. Just look at the gearbox of it, I will, because like I know it takes a regular motor. Like you could put one of the shorts or one of the long motors in and it'll work fine. Gearbox. Let's see that gearbox.
Looks. It is a short time motor.
Okay, sure. Okay, so it's a short type, not a long type. Sorry about that immediate correction, but it's a short type motor. Warhead makes some really good brushless ones. DCI makes some brushless ones, and they come in both flavors of long shaft or short shaft, whatever your medical conditions are.
Tom said long shaft.
But yeah, so I would look at one of those two brands. Be aware with a lot of the brushless motors, they most of the time have a built-in MOSFET, and with the Evo, it has its own MOSFET, and you do have the option of the Jeftron MOSFET as well. You may need to adjust your settings on those MOSFETs because they might not play well together, just because of how brushless motors sometimes are.
Yeah, I mean, I had an experience with one. The response, the reliability, the battery consumption was great. It was a great motor, but it just was being a little finicky. So it's all electrical. You just play around with like Titan settings, for instance, and it'll
Should be good.
Yeah, but the Evo's a little different. But I think that'd be a cool video.
What? Just brushless versus brush.
No, like brushless and like communicating with.
Oh yeah, that'd be a very cool video though.
Yeah.
So many videos ideas from the lives.
I know.
Write that down. Write that down.
What's the best way to lower my FPS by like 15 for my AEG? Couple ways. The least invasive way is a wide bore barrel.
Yeah.
That way you don't have to go into the gearbox. If you have a quick change gearbox, you can buy a spring that'll drop your FPS down, or take your stock spring and cut a coil off the end of it. One coil equates to about, very vague, about 15 FPS loss. You just cannot cut the spring too short because you need like a preload inside the gearbox. But if you only need 15, you chop a coil, put it back together, you should be good. And that's a $0 way to do that. Did you guys end up playing Saturday?
A few of us did, yeah. I started doing the whole air refill stuff, and then we did play. Some of us played the actual game, and then the other ones of us played frisbee.
Correct.
Yeah.
So back to the fraudulent. So once I get the refund, I email you guys before ordering.
Yes.
Sorry. For reordering, Tyler also told me that I had 5 other fraudulent orders, even though I only ordered that ever. So that's probably why it got flagged as fraudulent. So yeah, I would definitely email before, and maybe even I'm trying to think what the procedure is. They'll run you through it. Just emails and ask like, hey, I literally had a fraudulent order.
It sounds like somebody might be using your account. Somebody else might be using your account, and that's what triggered the other ones. And so when you actually went back on your account and placed your order, it's now classified as fraudulent. You might need to make a new account, unfortunately. Tyler should be able to help you out with that. Keep emailing him. And if there's any other issues, then we can try and figure something out. We definitely don't want you to have any problems when ordering from us, but that is a safety precaution for us as a company that we have in place for when things are actually fraudulent, because people are people.
Yes.
So just keep reaching out to, keep working with Tyler. I'm sure he'll get you taken care of if you're already emailing him.
Yeah. Wait, it lagged out. How much did you say one coil is equated to? About 15 FPS, give or take.
Yeah.
So, tips on barrel alignment. So like nozzle alignment.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with nozzle alignment. So there's 2 basic ways of doing that when you're doing an HPA build. The first is going to be external screws on the gearbox, pushing on the low receiver to push it left or right, and then adding shims to the gearbox to either bring it up or push it back down a little bit. That's the external side of the gearbox, and that's a very quick and dirty summary of it. I can go into more detail, but I think we already have a video of this as well, so reference that. Other way of doing it is, instead of pitching the gearbox different ways for the barrel and stuff, the other way of doing it is going to be shimming the actual unit inside of the gearbox to pitch the nozzle in different directions within the gearbox. I highly suggest doing the external gearbox route first. It's a lot more consistent, the forces are a little bit better, and it generally works out better in the long run. And you have to take the whole thing apart multiple times just to get the shimming properly done. The internal way of doing it is basically adding some type of shim material, whether that's electrical tape or some plastic shims that are adhered on there, something like that. And then again, all you're doing is playing with the pitch and where that engine is seated in the gearbox without causing other issues of wiring, or, you know, now that it's sitting in a different cant, is it hitting the little receiver a different way? Is it a mechanical system and it's not hitting the trigger system properly? There's a lot of different things that go into nozzle alignment, and you just need to take your time. And sometimes it's a painstaking process because you have to go back and forth a lot of times, taking things apart a lot of times to get your nozzle alignment right. And when you're doing that, you have to go slow, and you have to be careful that you're not causing other issues, because you are taking it apart a lot, and you might not think about the other systems that are affected when you take the gearbox apart, when you're so focused on just nozzle alignment. Quick and dirty rundown. There's a video on this. Go watch our video on it.
Back to customer service. So honestly, this is out of we don't do customer service.
Yeah.
About moving money around and going to PayPal, truthfully, I would ask our customer service reps what the best thing to do is for that. I want to make sure that it gets done correctly, and I'm not going to make a suggestion when I don't use the system and how they go about it. They will help you out. They will get you taken care of. Give us a call, shoot us an email, and we can get you sorted out. So I just don't want anything I suggest to cause a problem later. Best HPA engine.
That's well, it might seem very simple. That's kind of a little bit of a gray area. What are you using it for? What is the dedicated platform? I would say also, what's your budget? The best HPA engines, I would say right now, are the Inferno, the F2, the Jack, the M7 Milsim. We're playing around with some Mancraft stuff right now, so no full opinions on that yet. Going through some testing still with those. There's some cool ones coming out too, like the Phoenix HPA unit, and there's some more European ones that we've looked at, like the Wolf system. But right now, it's still the bigger names that would be familiar to you: Wolverine, Polar Star, Redline. I would go with any one of those, and you'll be happy.
In today's day and age, there really isn't a bad HPA engine on the market, to be completely honest. But yeah, I definitely like the F2. I think if you wanted just one of the most versatile engines, in my opinion, with offset nozzles, tunability, dual solenoids, it's just very expensive.
Yes.
You know, trade-offs everywhere. Thoughts on any VZ Scorpions?
So the pistol, like the AEP thing that came out a little while ago, the TM one. I love how they look. They look really cool.
Is that the little one?
Yeah, the
little one the KWA makes?
Yeah, but it has like that weird modernized kit on it, so it's not. So it's a VZM, the Scorpion M. So it has like an M-lock rail, like two sections of it that go on a really tiny thing.
Oh, okay.
Like it is that traditional Scorpion you're thinking of, but it's modernized.
I mean, it sounds dope.
It looks really cool. It's really, really cool. The only thing I don't really like about it is there's not a lot of upgrades you can do to it. It's pretty proprietary. That's the only thing I really don't like about it. But otherwise, it's a really cool looking gun. I'd love it on like any of the kits I would run.
How difficult do you think it would be to convert an ARP 3.0 to HPA, and do you think the MTU could go in the stock still?
No. Okay, so we are going to be updating with a giant update probably in the next month of our website of a bunch of new builds that we're going to be offering for a bunch of new guns. Our gun selection really hasn't been updated in probably over a year, and we have the capabilities of doing a lot more guns that are in our inventory. So specifically, the ARP9 3.0 has that stick folding stock that has like and then it drops down. So because of the limited space within the, like, I'm going to call it the buffer tube. It's not a buffer tube. You guys will know what I mean, though. The limited space within the buffer tube part of it, and how it's wired, I would highly suggest not putting it to the stock. As much as I would like to, because of the aesthetics and how it operates, I would like that. I'm boring Wes now.
I just had to yawn, dude. You're good.
Basically, I would say for ease of install, put it into the pistol grip, is what I would say. Just because of how that stock is wired and how it's on a hinge system and everything, just put it in the grip. It'll be way less of a headache. It will look better when it's and everything. You're not gonna have to drill into stuff. You're not gonna have to Dremel stuff apart. I would highly suggest doing that.
Big brain.
Sorry, I bored you.
You're not, dude. You're fine. You're not boring me. Do you guys do gearbox work, like custom work, tune-up stuff, or is it only HPA builds? Had this question come up at Ascension.
So right now we are not doing a lot of AEG work. All we are doing right now is barrel builds. We're doing custom HPA builds, and that's about it. AEG work is a lot more complicated than HPA work. There's a lot more moving parts than just one solenoid or two solenoids opening and closing, and then some buttons that are electronic that all fit together really nicely and universally. So right now we're not offering that. We are going to start working towards that. A few lives ago, I talked about a giant scale up that's happening with tech to accommodate that, and we will start to offer that hopefully within the next year. I'm giving a very broad long-term goal for that because I don't want to make any promises and not keep them. But we do want to work back towards doing AEG work, especially for the local scene, just because we've gotten a lot of requests to do it again. The reason we got away from it was mainly because just time constraints and labor hours, and a lot of people don't want to pay what it would actually cost us to pay a tech to do it the right way. And sometimes that takes a lot of time and effort, as well as some expensive parts. So we just have to get the process down. We have to build all those up and do it the right way so people, A, go into it with a clear understanding of this is probably going to cost a lot more than what you were originally expecting to fix it based off of whatever the issue is. And then, you know, that price, a lot of people get like sticker shock, and we try and avoid that as much as we can, just because a lot of people don't know what the labor cost is, and a lot of people aren't aware of how many hours something in a toy gun might actually take to fix. So
yeah, you ain't kidding.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
like nozzle alignment takes a while. But nozzle alignment is one task out of probably the 8 that we do for an HPA install. You then go to an AEG install, and it's like there's 25 tasks, and a lot of those tasks end up being, this part's very broken, we just need to replace it. Oh, and it caused other problems, and now it's a cascade effect.
Yep.
So, long story short, not yet. Hoping to introduce you soon.
How is the Pulsar engine?
Great if you take the time to read how to tune it. They come. The one reason I'm saying that is they come with a dwell set pretty low. So a lot of people get them like they're shooting really low. They're low. They're very low FPS. And my regulator is up really high. Just go into your settings and look at the go to general, and then go to HPA units, and then click on that thing, because it doesn't look like sometimes people will go and look at it and they go, that doesn't look like I can click on it. No, click on the thing that says HPA unit, and then it'll go into an entire settings menu that you need to access to change your settings that you need. The dwell out of the box, I would say, definitely needs increased right off the bat, because they have it set very, very, very low.
I mean, a lot of engines are like that.
Yeah, so that would be the only thing I would say about it. Other than that, very similar to a jack. It's very, very similar to a jack and how it operates. And it's very, very cool system. It comes with a Titan with the optical sensors and the programmability and Bluetooth built in. There's a lot of positives, and the price point's great. Get one, they're great.
The TM Mod M is awesome looking, and I would love the HPA one, but that's borderline impossible. Nothing's impossible, but you know. Okay, I love this idea. $100 add-on to custom orders to shoot the tech with the gun that they built. and then you get a video included.
Okay, we can do that.
We'd have to. I mean, that's kind of crazy. I didn't even think about that. My gun that this tech built me shot him, and then the video was sent to me. That'd be pretty crazy. If you
obligatory text shooting and go.
Yeah, just we could do it like not just $100, but you could do like $1 a BB. So like you could literally like as many.
No, it'd have to be like $5 a BB. Because some of these builds we do, like some of these DMR builds.
No, it's an add-on. It's an add-on. So it's like.
Yeah. I'm saying for the high FPS builds.
We're not gonna put 3 joules at somebody. We turn it down. That's fun. I think
we do that.
I think we might work it in. This is why we love the lives.
This is awesome.
We love the lives. Justin suggested. I don't know. Justin Terrapada.
That's funny.
You get a free one just for the suggestion.
Yeah, that's funny.
I think that's good. I like that. Very creative. Maybe you just like to hurt people or watch people get hurt.
I like.
I'm searching something. Huh? Oh, best bump helmet for Airsoft.
The PTS Flux.
Yeah, for budget. Yeah.
For budget, it also has a metal shroud on it. So if you want to get into some Nod stuff, it has very good metal shroud on it. It's a really good replica. The thing I don't like about it is it doesn't have a actual cam system, which you can pay $100 to get the Team Wendy one. This is exactly what I run. It's very comfortable. Or you could just skip all of that and just get a Team Wendy, but it's a lot more expensive.
Oh yeah, I mean we're talking.
I recommend a Team Wendy because it's not as expensive as an Op Core, which is also a very, very nice helmet. Ops Core, but they're like $200 to $150 more, and I think they're very similar. And for the price difference,
the PTS Flux is very good.
Yeah, the PTS Flux, if you're just getting it for Airsoft, is probably the best one. Or if you really want to, just get an FMA. At the end of the day, they have padding in them. They're not going to really be that bad.
At the end of the day, if you invest in good padding, it doesn't for Airsoft. It doesn't really matter.
No, yeah.
The only thing you're really noticing on a replica helmet is the pads that you can replace and the retention system
and the shroud.
And the shroud, yeah. So
some of the replica ones
are garbo.
They will not hold a shroud. We have many people rent nods off of us and mounts off us, and they go like, "Oh, I have a helmet. I'm fine. I don't need to rent a helmet." And then they come up to us 10 seconds after they picked up the rental, and they're like, "It won't fit."
Yeah. So invest in some good pads. The 4D pads are awesome, and then the Team Wendy retention system, which you can install into a lot of different helmets. Not all helmets.
No, like every helmet.
Okay, like every helmet.
The only thing you need for it is grommets that you can get for literally 6 cents on Amazon, and a grommet installer that is $4 on Amazon.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And then you can put a good retention system in any helmet, and bada bing, bada boom, you're good to rock and roll.
Yeah, just do that. It's the best thing I've ever done to my helmet.
Any news on the Mod 9 restock from ATI Airsoft?
Mod 9 ATI. Not yet. The Sub 5 should be in very soon. And the Mod series, I believe he's sending us our first shipment with the restock of Sub 5s, but that might be a little bit because it never brought. So up in the air at the moment.
And then we have this one. With an Inferno, Max M4W, Promi barrel. What bucking nub is your go-to? I have a G&G green currently, and it's just not quite as consistent as I'd like. I know you guys get this question a lot, so sorry.
No.
Don't ever be sorry for asking questions because it's information.
Yeah.
Truthfully, man, it sounds like you have a pretty banging setup so far. I would literally just do a Maple Leaf Super Macron bucking and a Maple Leaf Omega nub. If you're running like 3.2s, I would probably just do a 70 or 75 degree, and you will see a great.
So this is going to be counter to a lot of what I think people think about with hop-ups, but particularly MTWs. Okay, so I'm talking only MTWs. I'm not talking about any other system right now. Use the stock hop-up unit. Use the stock hop-up unit.
Is that with the M4W? Oh, yeah.
No, the Max M4W. It's a very good hop-up unit. It's very good. However, and Rich is actually working on third-party support, like making it a little bit better. But right now, what I would tell you, the best thing you can do with best consistency is run the plastic, this is going to sound really weird, run the plastic MTW pop-up unit. I have noticed the best results with that one with MTWs. I know that is very counter to what we often say about even max hop-ups we put in probably everything, but I would tell you right now, even though they're very good units in that system, I would tell you to use the plastic stock rotary style MTW hop-up unit. That is what is currently in my DMR MTW, and it shoots crazy tight, and there is a noticeable difference between the groupings just by changing the hop-up unit.
There you go.
And I would run the Maple Leaf bucking, because that is also what they do all their consistency testing with, is the Maple Leaf macaron bucking, the 70-degree particulate.
Tom is Wolverine Tech certified, so if anyone wants to counter that, show me your certification.
No, and speaking on that class was really, really, really informative.
Don't spoil it. I have a video coming out.
It's 2 days of a tech class. Like, if it's not informative, why are you there? It's really, really, really informative. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to ruin your. I don't care.
It was very good.
It was very
Tom
good.
was blown away. We got a cool video. So I actually am making it
work.
Yeah.
Because I'm bad at shooting. I'm very bad at getting content. I am good at talking. I'm not good at videographing anything. That is what he is good at.
Most controversial issue between AEG and HPA?
I would say, well, controversial, they hurt more. I'd say is the most controversial. I'd say the biggest issue is the ability to change your FPS very quickly. Maybe that's controversial too. I don't know.
I think controversial would be that one system is banned more at fields than others. And you can build one system to be very, very snappy, even though it doesn't have a host.
That's true.
I think that one is sometimes overlooked.
I think that's probably, that actually would be probably the most controversial, because I feel like a lot of owners of HPA that
are respectful.
Yeah, that are respectful people about it, and now their system is banned, and they spend a lot of money to have a high-performing thing via HPA.
Yeah, and I mean, guys will build DSGs that, I mean, you can't outshoot it with your.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, like a DSG actually can be just as fast as an optical sensor HPA. Now, realistically, that's really hard to do, and it takes a specific tech to be able to do that. But you can get pretty much the exact same response in real world scenarios. I'm not talking theoretical nerds in the chat. I'm not talking theoretical. Yes, HPA will always be faster. Yeah.
What's up, everyone? What's up? Welcome to the live. Minnesota Airsoft, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Do you guys have the Pulsar in stock?
We just got some.
We're out of the rear wired. We have the front wired.
Yeah, the rear wired already sold out.
Yeah, we got like 20 of the front wires.
Yep.
So if you want to do something a little different, build an OG carbine looking thing. I'm paying for a full EPM1 mag dump then. Good.
$5 a baby times 250.
Damn, my build is coming back today. I guess it's gonna miss the mag dump video. You just have to order another build.
Yep.
Well, since Tom thinks it's possible, invoice me a Scorpion and then build it. TM Mod M. Good stuff ain't cheap, and cheap stuff ain't good, typically. You're going to make Tom have an aneurysm.
No, I actually would end up probably, I would probably end up using a Pulsar for that because of how short it is. It would probably fit.
It could.
It would probably be the best option. Now, the only problem with the Pulsar, though, currently is that there aren't different nozzle lengths for it. So it would be weird. Don't make me do this right now.
3D printed nozzle.
Oh, no, don't make me do it.
Have you guys peeked the new Vorsk VMP1?
Why do I know what that is?
Because we carry Vorsk.
Vorsk. This is the cameras in your Google. Just put the Google over here.
Oh, yeah.
Just drag it over here.
Shut up. Stop being annoying. Is it just another MP9? I
Dude, that's really cool.
That looks dope. I'd like to get some more info on it.
That's very cool.
I don't have an opinion on it yet because I
No.
don't really know what it is.
That's really cool, though.
But I like it.
I'm very interested in that.
We will do some more research on that.
EWA. I think we need to go to EWA 1 year.
Maybe.
1 year. Like, maybe it's not a regular thing because we got a SHOT Show already. EWA sounds like something we should do. Yeah. Yo, what's good? Everything right now. The live is a very chill session for me and Wes. Like, it's a nice breakup.
No one interrupts us.
Yeah, we just get to chill in
I'm
here.
gonna eat those words.
Yeah, you really have to say that. No, it's really chill when we do the live. I'm not ever really in a bad mood when I'm in the live.
No, sirree, Bob. Y'all should gift me a mag adapter for a high cap I bought over $500 on your site. Well, we appreciate your support, but I can't be giving out stuff. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Best BBs for a fusion engine. The heaviest weight you can put in it.
Yeah, no, seriously. Heavier weights are always going to be the best pairing with HPA.
BLS, HPA. What else does heavyweights? ASG has heavyweights.
ASG has heavyweights. HPA has heavyweights. Elite Force has heavyweights. Blue Mag has heavyweights.
Oh, yeah, they do know. They're so knowledgeable.
G has heavyweights.
Mm-hmm.
There's some brands that we don't currently have in the shop right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies make over 3.6. I consider anything above a 3.6 to be starting to get the heavyweights. And then anything that's like a 2.8 to a 3.6 would be like moderate weight and what we see most of the time people are running, outdoor at least, and then indoors like you're running 2.5s.
Should you jump back over there?
Oh yeah. That's a heated question about hop up for the MTW collab with Wolverine, Max, Silent. No matter what I recommend people get. No matter what I recommend, people get busy. You're right, and that's what it is. I will just say from my experience in building the MTWs and also the experience that Rich and Team Wolverine has seen from problems and issues is that the plastic hop-up unit made out of Delrin. It's not made out of some cheap injectable.
It's not like it's not junk.
It's actually high-quality plastic, high-endurance plastic. That is the best hop-up that I have seen and what their data is showing. It's not just because they made it. It is also because that is what their data is showing as well. And also you have to think they made it and the quality control levels that they have, they tweak it if it's not working out because they made the design, they made it to fit with their gun. So it works really well because they can keep updating it to work better and better and better, much faster than a third-party company who doesn't know all the internal data that they have.
Yeah, when it comes down to it, Wolverine does extreme testing with all their products, so they're going to have the most data. It makes sense.
They have some of the most extreme testing I've ever seen on an Airsoft gun. Like crazy levels of quality control.
Bro, they should be throwing guns across the parking lot.
Yeah.
I mean, like
that was a very memey video, but like, Jesus, if it didn't like prove a point.
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Amped Airsoft Arena is here. Did you know that Amped Airsoft has a field? Did you know that, Tom?
No, I didn't.
Dude.
I only work and walk through it.
So if you guys aren't following the Amped Airsoft Arena on Instagram, they're in the live, dude. Special guest appearance. So go follow them. Come play Airsoft if you're in the local Pittsburgh area.
Or if you're not, just come chill with us.
And use your HPA rifle.
Yeah, we don't have a ban on HPA. It'd be a little bit weird if we did.
That'd be crazy.
It'd be really weird if we had an HPA ban.
What's the most consistent BB you guys have ever come across?
Consistent BB.
Wow. I've had good luck with BLS, but I mean that's just because I buy what's in front of me.
You know what I would say is over the
Elite
years,
Force.
I would say every 5 years, maybe 5 to 7 years, it seems like there's a new one that's even more consistent or whatever. I would say for price to performance, BLS is what I would recommend, or HPA or Elite Force.
I will say Elite Force over the years has just stayed so we're talking Consistency of manufacturing, though, I mean, they do. They stay there, and they are good BBs. They're readily available. We have never been like, crap, we don't have any Elite Force BBs. Like, it's awesome. So I don't know. I have no problem with really any of the BBs we carry, to be honest.
No, yeah, pretty much all the BBs we carry. Because there's some BBs that we used to carry that we had problems with, and we've had that with a few different brands and stuff. Yeah. And we've gone through and been like, yeah, no, customers complaining too much consistently about the same problem. And obviously we're not a manufacturer of BBs, so if it's a consistent problem over many months, that's a batch, that's multiple batches, not just one. And then we're probably gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna wait till you guys figure that out and maybe pick it back up. Yeah. We don't want you guys having problems.
I had to step out for a sec. That's not that the stock plastic one is the best performing one for the MTW. Mine is a forged, so it didn't even come with a plastic one. Same for forged and built.
So they did it a little bit different on the forged because I think the forged. Why did they do that? I think because originally, there was something different about those uppers that they were putting the Phoenix Hop in. And the Phoenix Hop is actually a really good one. But one of the things that he said was that the Phoenix Hop is actually better than the plastic Hop, but the tuning is so sensitive on the Phoenix Hop that it can cause problems, and a lot of people just get a headache from it more so than quick, easy performance. Which the plastic one isn't as tunable, so then a lot of people don't have as many problems with it.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So many things, so much information. Tom, my head would explode.
Why do you think I have these like bulging vein lines in my head? It's at capacity.
It's at capacity. Basic human functions are getting pushed out of your brain, and airsoft knowledge is being shoved in.
Can't breathe. What's breathing?
Pretty soon, Tom, you're gonna be like, "Hey, Tom, how you doing? Wolverine MTW 4th edition." And like that's all you're gonna be able to say. Tom, how's the drive in this morning? Did you know that the pulsar can operate between, and just like that, that's going to be it. That's all Tom can do. So he'll just sit here silently until an airsoft question is read and you can answer it.
Did they go over tuning the Phoenix in a 2-day seminar? Yes, they did. And the main thing with that is a lot of people, when you're tuning something, especially, let's think of a hop up, right? You are trying to use some heavier weights, you adjust your hop up, and sometimes there's some dead space or something like that. So you crank it, right? Starts at 0, and before you start seeing results, you just crank that to 5. And so you go from 0 to 5 real quick. Whereas this, because it's adding tension on the lips instead of pushing down, you have to adjust it by like 5 degrees each time you're trying to adjust it, because it's very fine tuning that tension that you want. So that was the big thing that they were saying, just very, very baby step, meticulous baby stepping it until it starts to shoot the way you want it. And then if it starts to shoot worse, back it off. That was the main takeaway of how to tune the Phoenix Hop. You have to be very slow, meticulous, and just go through it. And once you have it dialed, it's going to be crazy good. But if you don't have the patience to do that, just buy the plastic one and it's going to shoot great. That's what I would say. There you go.
Okay, where am I? Hang on. Fun story. I got into IWI when stationed in Germany because the box office asked who we were with and just replied with the U.S. Army, and they gave us the badges to get in. So
that's awesome. That's great.
Wow. That's insane. Yeah, I meant mostly the size. So a 3.6 is solid for HPA. So it's the weight. 3.6s. So the BBs are all 6 millimeters in diameter, or 5.95 plus 1 or something.
Yeah, plus or minus some tolerance thing.
So they're all going to be 6 millimeters in diameter. 3.6s have actually become a very, very good BB to run as like a
I see that question. I'll get back to you about that in a second.
As a very good BB weight as an average. As airsoft guns are getting better, back in the day, a 3.2 used to be like a heavyweight BB.
Yeah.
And as airsoft guns are getting better out of the box, where they're coming with excuse me, upgraded nubs, upgraded buckings, flat hops, tight bore barrels, better rotary style hop ups, all these different things. They're able to hop heavier BBs out of the box. And so the heavyweight term has increasingly, I guess the bar has been moved.
Yeah, the ceiling on heavyweights is much higher.
Yeah, or the floor on heavyweights has become
ceiling.
Yeah.
Because 3.2 was the ceiling, and then we raised
Oh.
the roof, so now the ceiling's here.
I guess I should be saying the light. Yes, what Tom is saying. But my point is, sorry. I had it in my head. I couldn't put it into words. But either way, 3.6s are awesome. 3.6s are very good. They're a very versatile BB. 3.2s are becoming like almost any gun out of the box can hop a 3.2.
Oh yeah, 3.2.
So
3.2s are almost 3.2s and 3.6s, in my opinion, are like the gold standard out of the box. Your gun's probably going to perform the best, consistent, and farthest range with those two weights, is what I would say.
Yeah. So 3.2s are becoming a very standard amongst almost all airsoft guns.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to do something along that line of like what BB weight should you start with? Because I think 2s are still like in a lot of people's minds of this is a good BB to use. Now there's a lot of different applications of weights of BBs, because let's think about it this way. The heavier weight of the BB, the longer muzzle to target time that you have in those field regulations.
Yes.
So if, say, a gun is legal to shoot 365 feet per second indoors and you're running a 3.0, that time it takes for that BB to leave your barrel and hit the target is going to be longer than someone running a 2.0. Now, in that specific scenario, you might actually want the 2.0.
Yes.
Because you want that fast muzzle to target time. But then the variables all change when you go outdoors and things like that. There's really we're talking like microscopic amounts of time. Like, don't think it's gonna like change the game.
The only time it's noticeable is when you're going super low weight to super heavy weight, and you can like see the BB crawl through the air sometimes, depending on the build.
Because a lot of guys like myself, I stick with a 3.2, just every application, because all the guns that I build, I'm just stuck in the old school mentality, I guess. And when we did a lot more Milsim Wests, 3.2s were like what you got. So every gun that I would build was around a 3.2. And I'm starting to realize that even for myself, that the heavier the BB, you really do get more performance and consistency as your guns are built up to heavy BBs. So
for me,
there's a lot that goes into it.
I went from 2.5s, 3.2s, and immediately jumped to like 4.8s, because I had HPA stuff that I could tune for that, and I had good hop-up builds and everything, could handle it. And I ran 4.8s for a very long time. I still do in certain applications, but I actually dropped down to like 4s instead of using just 4.8s for like everything, because 4s for me are a very good consistent BB. They get that little bit of extra range, and they fly faster than a 4.8, so there's less air time basically than the 4.8s if it's in a rifle build. If it's in like a DMR build and I can increase the FPS and I can do all that crazy stuff, then yeah, I might still want a 4.8 because I'm going from maximum range. But for me, the happy medium for me currently is running 4s.
Yeah. So each gun's different. You want to do the tensioner?
Yeah. So getting back to the MTW hop up and the Phoenix hop. So I'm going to read the question out loud for everybody. So, so you have to adjust the lip tensioner as you adjust the hop amount. Not exactly. So they are two separate tension points. What I would say to you is, if you're looking for consistency and you're looking for feeding, or you're looking for any of those issues to try and solve, what I would do is set that tensioner to 0 and then set your hop up to 0. Okay? Because then you're not having the hop up give you any feedback at all. You're just messing with the tensioner. Shoot, adjust your tensioner. Shoot, adjust your tensioner until it looks like, okay, this is getting pretty consistent. Now start adding hop and start seeing if the hop is working and it's starting to make your BBs fly further, and that consistency is staying the same. If the consistency starts to go down, then you're going to have to tune your tension as well as what you want your range to be too. Okay, so that's how I would start. Get a baseline for the tension, and you get that consistency. Then put some hop on it. Then you might need to also then just readjust that tensioner. Like I said, there's a reason that Rich was basically saying if you don't want to mess with the tuning because it is a little bit time consuming and a little bit annoying, just go with the plastic hop-up unit. It works really well, but you can get some really crazy good performance out of that Phoenix hop if you're willing to take the time to tune it. And that's probably the last thing I'll say about it because it's been a long time on it.
No, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's good.
Well,
the MTW is becoming an extremely popular platform, and the information is good to have.
Yes,
Good to know. Anyone hyped for the Benghazi op?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah, baby. So if you guys don't know, get your tickets to Benghazi. All of our events that we're attending are on our website under the event page. Check them out. See what interests you, and come play toy guns with us. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Tom is becoming the Amazon Alexa of Airsoft. Pretty much. Pretty much.
That's crazy. That's great.
At this point. Yeah.
That's one of the funniest ones I've ever gotten.
He knows his stuff. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It blows my mind. Yo, Tom, I love the NVGs that you guys are in.
Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. I really appreciate that because I personally spent a lot of time trying to curate that and make sure that that is up to snuff and that everybody's having a good time with that. I really put a lot of time into that.
Yeah. The hour slave to building a night vision rental system and building the night vision is no easy task. Well, I'm out, boys. I have to head back to work. Be safe and be well. You as well, bro. Thanks for stopping in every week. We appreciate your consistency. It's awesome. The live broadcast is awesome.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we are able to provide information and answer questions in one place. Off topic, I'm helping my local field tear down and rebuild their field. Any advice for setup map layout? Any fun ideas we should test for the memes?
So my general theory on building maps is, especially,
well, is it indoor or outdoor?
Yeah, I think that's a big deal because then you're going to have to set up different areas. But give your players a mix across the entire map as much as you can. Give your players a mix of different scenarios they can fight in. Very tight spaces, very long open spaces, medium range engagements with low bunkers so they have to crawl maybe. Just have a giant mix so that your players can have a good time and make sure there's a consistent flow and transition between each of those different ranging areas that way they're not jarred. Or maybe you do two close quarters on the side, you do some stuff down the middle that's some longer range, so it creates this divide and they got to fight through this no man land. It's really up to you of how you want to entertain your customers with your map layout. And at the end of the day, having a mix so that a lot of different people running a lot of different setups will have fun and they can just go to the area of the field they know that they're going to have fun at and have a build built out for.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to fields, a lot of people love aesthetics. Make sure that something we're working on currently is the visual side of the field. Obviously, you want your core. You want the layout to be have a good flow to it. Yeah. Like Tom said, have variables of different engagements. But people really like visuals. They like the aesthetics. They really appreciate that because in my eyes, the way I look at it is the field took time to put it in. It doesn't enhance gameplay. Visuals don't make the field play better.
Yeah.
It's the extra effort that they put in for the customer or the people who are coming to play. So
you know what it does do though, from a tactical standpoint? Because if you're running around and you go, hey, they're over at the helicopter.
Well, yeah.
That is another thing because it's not just, hey, they're over at plywood wall 18.
Yeah.
Which I'm not even going to know what that is. But if you put visual factors, it gives your field character, it gives it relatability, it gives people something to talk about.
And real call outs.
Yeah. And then afterwards, you're like, yeah, I saw you over the helicopter, man. That was a great engagement. That was a great time. Like, it gives people more things to talk about.
No, absolutely. I've been running 4s in my CQB at 1.69 joules and 4.5s in my SPR/DMR with 0.23 joules to 2.89 joules. BB weight means more than people understand.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, BB weight's huge.
I think, how long have we been preaching this? I think for like the last 10 years we've been preaching. Well, actually, since Kurt started the company, because one of the first things he did was figure out a way to get heavier weights than what was normally available in, because it's such a big deal.
Yeah. Physics are crazy. Physics are wild. Also, for anyone, this weekend, dinosaurs
Go to dinosaurs.
have come to Airsoft. What is that one, Rebecca? Dinosaurs have invaded Dave and Buster's. You ever seen that meme?
Yes.
All right, good. So come to Rudiment Arms. Come play toy guns.
Out in Michigan.
Michigan, dude. The time, the effort, the design, everything put into the dinosaur game is like nothing you've ever played before. I truly, if you're even on the fence, just try it. It was so fun. I actually like can't stop talking about it.
It's a really weird mix of the game because it's not LARPy, right? You're not really LARPing per se as like an adventurer and there's dinosaurs, but there is dinosaurs around you and there are two like factions. And it's just a fun game. It's not a very serious game. It's not meant to be. It's meant to be a fun game, put you in a mindset of if you were trying to fight different people in a very weird scenario, but like they're trying to put you into that movie, basically.
Yeah.
It's such a cool thing. It's just such a fun thing that they put on. They put so much effort into the details.
They really do. So check it out. Look up Rudiment Arms. Come play dinosaurs. Seriously.
Get your pre-orders in by 3 p.m. today.
3 p.m. today, please. Tom, will you personally build my DTNVSs when I buy them from Amped and hand deliver them to me at Benghazi?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, he says sure.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, honestly, I build all the knots. So, yeah, I'll hand build them and personally deliver them to you. Well, I'm not working Benghazi, so I might not be able to personally deliver them to you. I am going to play because I don't want to focus on work while I'm there because I just want to play because I really want to just play that game. So I might not personally hand them to you, but I will personally build them for you.
Hey, 50%. That's good. Yeah. Trenches are awesome and cheap AF. Correct. Trenches are one thing that are overlooked by airsoft fields.
Heavily. I might still be there in McDonald, PA. There's a paintball field, or a paintball thing. They allowed airsoft some weekends. It was an outdoor thing. And my point in saying this is they built trenches that were interconnected, and it worked so well. And it was basically rent digger for one day, big trenches. Hey, we have a really cool area to just run around in. And it was whatever it cost them to rent that bigger. I actually think they got that as a favor from somebody, and they could just like use it. So it was really cool.
I think trenches are very overlooked. Amped Airsoft Arena should advertise to bring in local street artists and do graffiti work to arena walls. That'd be a cool idea.
That's a cool idea.
Are you guys doing Benghazi pre-orders? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, they should be up on the website right now.
Yeah, you can go ahead and place your pre-orders. Battlefront 2.0 needs trenches. I have yet to go out there, so if you feel that they need trenches, then yeah, trenches really don't hurt, you know.
Yeah, the only thing they hurt is if you are ever eventually going to try and have vehicle gameplay and they're not marked well. But generally speaking, you're not building trenches along main service roads or like emergency routes for like vehicles to get a player off the field or something like that. You're building them in an area where you want fighting to happen. So yeah, that's the only thing with trenches. But other than that, playing in them, oh yeah, they're awesome.
Would love to have trenches. We'll be renting equipment from farmers. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Based in Virginia, New Kent Airsoft has one of the best trench systems made. Better known and a great time.
Cool.
That's awesome. I'd love to.
New Kent Airsoft.
I'm gonna write that one down. I don't want to look it in. I like places like that. Cool. We're on the northern Indiana. Only issues with trenches will be rain.
That's
true. I mean, theoretically, if you get old pallets and line the bottom, it puts a gap there. Theoretically, I mean, I'm no professional.
Whatever slope you have on that field, even if it's a tiny one, is where I would also tell you to build the trenches at, which is what this one field I was talking about did. They built it kind of into one of the hillsides there, so it would deal with that issue.
French drain.
French drain was what I was about to say too. Just French drain it.
Mustard gas and 1898 trench shotguns would be fun.
I mean, there's yellow smoke grenades. I really feel like
that would be
if
crazy.
you throw a yellow smoke grenade into a trench, everybody's dead.
Or you're just like,
yeah, you have to drop to the ground unless you have a real gas mask.
A field built like a World War I battlefield with opposing trenches and no man's land would be pretty dope.
Yeah,
that'd be super.
I mean, that's how skirmish is. Skirmish has some trench areas on the Normandy field they have there.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That's what we did at Zulu. Used 2x6s and pallets to line the pits and trenches.
Yep.
Pallets are cheap. Great point. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can go on Facebook Marketplace and people are like, free pallets. Hi, Jordan. And just be like, just go grab them. I mean, we have a guy that comes to the shop regularly.
He's just like, can I have those?
He's like a regular that just backs his truck up, takes our old pallets, and off he goes.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're great. But we are down to about 4 minutes. So 3 minutes.
Rapid fire questions.
Yeah, I mean, last minute questions and come play Dinosaurs. Get your pre-orders in today by 3.
Come play it down at the arena.
Come play down at Airsoft Arena. We're open Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's about all the big updates that I have. Check the event page on the website.
Yep.
See what events we're going to. Get your pre-orders in for those events. Rent night vision if that's available for those events. See in the dark. Yeah, new Toyota Land Cruiser announced. I have been on that. Totally getting one. No, I'm just kidding.
Why don't we talk about, until we get some more questions here, why don't we talk about how awesome Gun Gamers was at BFR?
Oh, I mean, I didn't play, but the level of effort, for one, was great. I mean, obviously, all the dudes at Gun Gamers put the effort in. But the coolest thing was the lack of dropouts.
That was the coolest thing. That was actually very cool.
That was awesome. So for someone doing a 12-hour continuous game, I think we saw 2 people. Maybe 3.
For reference, if you guys have gone to MSW games and you guys have gone to Volcar in particular, the AO that is about an hour north from us is about 5 Volcars put together. So you are going up and down hills, very steep hills, very big elevation changes all day. And we had no dropouts. We had very little. We had some, obviously, but we had very, very little dropouts, and it's insane that we had that little dropouts for how grueling of an AO that is.
So if you ever wanted a realistic, immersive experience that is 12 hours, check out Gun Gamers. And seriously, they're tons of fun.
That was awesome.
Go play. Go do them.
Also, I just want to point something out about Gun Gamers in particular. Their attitude in the videos is not just a show thing that they do. That's how they are. They're very goofy. They're very fun guys. They're very great guys. And when you're there at the field, they're bringing that same energy and that attitude into their games. And it makes it fun for everybody else because you have these refs and these staff members that are just like, yeah, we're going to have fun. Hey, don't be dumb, but hey, we're gonna have fun, and that's pretty much it. And it's a great time. It's always just very chill. It seems like any Gun Gamers event I go to, unless we're freezing our butts off, but any Gun Gamers event I go to, it seems like everybody has just an upbeat attitude.
I mean, I had a good time.
I appreciate
your weather.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, it was cold, but it still was fun.
Yeah.
So, seriously, check them out. Honestly, all the events that we attend on our event page they're great. So Gun Gamers, come to Dinosaurs, go get tickets to Benghazi. So much cool stuff still happening this year. Make sure you guys participate in it.
Copperhead is at the end of the month.
Copperhead's coming, and we're totally prepared.
I think we're doing okay as far as that goes.
Yeah, we're good.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Andy. When are we going golfing? Whenever you come to Pittsburgh, because I went up there, so now you have to come down here.
But anyway, guys, we have 26 seconds left. We appreciate you stopping in every week for the Lunchtime Live. It seriously means a lot.
Yeah.
We hope that we can provide the good information to you and bring you an entertaining experience. So we'll hopefully see some of you guys this weekend at Rudiment Arms for Dinosaurs. So thank you guys so much for stopping in. We will catch you next week, 1 o'clock for the Lunchtime Live.
Peace, guys.
This one.
Yeah,
So we have to stop 2 streams. So I stopped the Instagram one. So thank you guys for stopping in on all the other platforms. It means a lot. We'll see you.